Hi, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Tinfoil Tuesdays, episode 13. My name is Joanna. I'm a colon hydrotherapist here at the Root Chakra inside South Bay Holistic Spa. I hope you guys had a wonderful new year. I wanted to start off the year with a research study that I found in a book that I'm currently reading. It's called The One Thing by Keller and Papasan. And it's really interesting. This book is all about willpower and how to focus and achieve extraordinary results. But they talk about food and how to fuel for success in this book. And they mentioned a specific study that I thought was really interesting. And, you know, it's a new year. We have goals that we're going to crush this year. And it's really important to know how to set yourself up for success and to know these things so that you don't feel like you're failing because it's just you, right? There are other things that are coming into play, and if there are factors that you can control, and if you control those factors, you're that much more likely to succeed. So let me read you the study for just a second here. I apologize because I won't be looking at you as I'm reading this, but here we go. So a 2007 article in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology detailed 9 separate studies on the impact of nutrition and willpower. In one set, researchers assigned tasks that did or did not involve willpower and measured blood sugar levels before and after each task. Participants who exercised willpower showed a marked drop in the levels of glucose in the bloodstream. Subsequent studies showed the impact on performance when 2 groups completed one willpower-related task and then did another. Between tasks, one group was given a glass of Kool-Aid lemonade sweetened with real sugar, Buzz, and the other group was given a placebo, lemonade with Splenda, Buzz Kill. The placebo group had roughly twice as many errors on the subsequent test as the sugar group. The studies concluded that willpower is a mental muscle that does not bounce back quickly. If you employ it for one task, there will be less power available for the next unless you refuel. To do our best, we literally have to feed our minds, which gives new credence to the old saw, food for thought. Foods that elevate blood sugar evenly over long periods, like complex carbs and proteins, become the fuel of choice for high achievers. Literal proof that you are what you eat. And it is true, you are what you eat. Well, you're not quite what you eat, you are what you absorb. And just to kind of let's go over these studies. So the first one showed that every time that you are encountered with basically a decision-making situation where you have to use your willpower, your blood sugar drops. Oh my goodness. What happens when your blood sugar drops? What happens when we're hungry, for example, or hangry, should I say? We make rash decisions, our emotions are all over the place. We're really not ourselves, right? And so it's really, really important to make sure that your blood sugar stays even throughout the day so that you don't have these spikes and drops, and so that you're not manic and crazy all over the place. But it totally makes sense that your blood sugar would drop when you're making decisions, right? It does stress you out. It causes a lot of stress, even though we're not realizing it. And then, so the other study showed that there were 2 groups that were given certain tasks, and between the tasks, one group was given Kool-Aid with real sugar in it, and then the other group was given the placebo, the lemonade with the Splenda. And the group that had the Splenda had that much more errors in the subsequent tasks than the group who had the real sugar. Now, I don't necessarily think this has to do with the blood sugar in the blood sugar aspect, but I think this has more to do with the artificial sweetener. Artificial sweeteners such as Splenda, like the sucralose, and the aspartame, cause brain fog. So it does not surprise me that in the study, the group that had the lemonade with the Splenda had that many more errors on their tasks. So really, really interesting. And so I do tell clients, whenever you're eating a carb, it will spike up your blood sugar. So if you pair it with a protein, then it'll help balance your blood sugar throughout the day so you won't have those spikes. So make sure that you're doing that as well. But yeah, so I just wanted to share with you guys that super cool study. Make sure that you are preparing yourself for success and that you're not just throwing yourself out there and hoping to succeed. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that. And, you know, meal prepping works. Knowing what you're going to eat tomorrow, tonight, the next day works. Because you're not going to end up at dinner and starving and like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm going to just reach for whatever is next to me. Happens to be an apple for me. Would spike up my blood sugar if I didn't have my protein with it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Food for thought. So anyway, have a great evening. I will see you guys next Tuesday for Tinfoil Tuesday. And I hope you guys had a great new year, and I'll see you next week. Have a good night. Bye-bye.